Hey guys, what's up? BobbyK back to the EPO Hobby, and here I have our Dynam turbojet. I'm looking really forward to flying this thing. I had one a few years back and it flew absolutely awesome. It's a 3-cell power bird, twin 64mm EDFs and 6 channels, so you do have flaps and retracts. I went ahead, added a little light kit to it myself, one of our LED Detrum light drivers, and it really gives it a nice little touch. And then I also went ahead and added some different decals on it to make it look more of like a US aircraft. So without further ado, let's go ahead, get this baby up in the air and see how she flies. All right guys, let's go ahead and get this bad girl up in the air. Whoa! Wow, up with no problem. All right, I'm gonna swing back around here. Came back in the power. Get these gear going up. Wow, what a smooth flyer. All right. I'm gonna turn her back around here. Come down. Look at that. I'm only half throttle right now. I have our timer set to 3 minutes on this 2200. I could probably dial out some of the aileron. 100% might be a little touchy for some people. All right, in the power here, high speed pass. Wow, it's actually really smooth sounding. Look at that. All right, I do need to dial in some up there. Let's turn her around. And what else does she want to do? She wants to roll to the left a little bit, so let's go ahead and give her some right aileron. There, much better. All right. Let's go ahead and get down on the deck here a little bit more. Turning in at us. Holy smokes. This thing flies really good. Just like I remember. This was one of my favorites a while back. Look at that. See how she rolls? Oh yeah, real nice. All right, we're gonna come back around. I don't mean to get too far out there on you. All right, we're in the power again here. All right. A little bumpy today, not too bad. Go ahead and do a loop here. Coming out of power on the way down. All right, so I did not dial in any mix on the flapper elevator. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna dial in full flap right here. And not too much of a bad tendency. Maybe a little nose down. Look at that. All right, coming up. We'll go ahead, get back to the other side of the field, then we'll do a full-on dirty pass here. You know what, actually, let's go ahead and try some approaches because we're coming up 30 seconds on our 3-minute timer. There's gear coming down. Just kind of seeing how we're going to end up here. This one looks good. I'm going to take it. All right, we're going to go around, run our runway. All right, look at that. All right, we're gonna go ahead, spin her around, and we'll go ahead and check battery voltage on this 3-cell 2200. All right, let's go ahead and check the battery voltage real quick. Battery's not hot at all. All right, so 379, 378 across the board. That was 3 minutes. I wasn't really into it too hard, about half throttle most of the time, maybe a little bit over. A couple high-speed passes. So yeah, 27% for you percentage guys. So that's not too bad. 3 minutes on a 2200 3-cell. Let's go ahead. I do have a Another battery here, it's a GensAce 3300. I'm gonna see if I can shoehorn that in there. And then since we're all right as far as weight goes, I'm gonna go ahead and actually bump this back just a tad, just to compensate a little bit. So let's go ahead and try it out. All right guys, so this is the GensAce 3300 3-cell pack in it. So let's go ahead and try it out. Look at that. Very smooth. I could dial in a little bit of up trim, but that is just because I have a heavier battery up front. My goodness. She flies good with that in it. A little heavier pack. And I did reset my timer to 3 minutes, so we can kind of get a good comparison from the 2200 to the 3300. I'm going to try to fly it similar so we don't burn up too much of the battery like we did on the 2200. Alright, gotta come up this way. High speed pass. It's moving pretty good. Alright, come out of power a little bit here. And we're just at a glide right now. Stealth. It is very impressive. It flies pretty good at slow speeds. The one thing I did notice on this model, just like the previous one I did have, the ESC cooling, there isn't too much of that there. So you might want to make arrangements with it as far as the cooling goes. Maybe cut a little hole underneath the bottom of the fuselage, just get some air past the ESCs. If you don't, it's no biggie. It does fly all right. You just want to make sure you don't fly back to back to back. Let it get some time to cool down a little bit. All right. It's definitely plenty responsive as far as aileron and elevator go at 100%. The aileron might be just a little bit too much for some people. Might be a little bit touchy, but as far as elevator goes, 100% is really comfortable. And then most of our Dynams, I mean, you guys usually hear me telling you how much nose weight I have up front, if any. And this is one of the ones that doesn't require any. A 2200 all the way forward and you're spot on. All right. Alright, got about 30 seconds left on our timer here. Alright, I'm going to set up this side for another high speeder and then we'll try some approaches. Alright, we're in it. Flaps and gear coming down, dirty pass. Practicing our approaches. All right, 10 seconds on our timer. We're going to try to make this one in. Then we're going to go ahead and check battery voltage on the 3300. All right. Let's go ahead and check the battery voltage on this one now. GensAce 3300. Holy smokes. 3.8, 3.85s across the board. 45% of my battery left. That was 3 minutes. So plenty of time. You could probably bump your timer up to 3:30, maybe 4 minutes on a GensAce 3300 pack. This was a 50C pack. Yeah, that's really good time for something like this, especially 3-cell power, and you're pulling from 2 power systems on 1 battery. That's great. All right, guys. So we still had 45% battery left in that. So I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and get it down here on the grass. Let's try some grass ops with it and see how she does. GensAce 3300. About ½ inch or so back from the firewall there, and yeah, let's go ahead and try it out. This is going to be an attempt with no flaps also. If we have problems getting up, maybe we'll dial in some flap, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, she's up. All right, gear are coming up. Actually, you know what, let's keep gear down and do some touchy goes. Full flap. All right, check it out. Not too bad. About half power right now, just getting along. Setting up for another approach here. Coming out of the power a little bit. Look how nice she settled in. That is awesome. Yeah, it does pretty well off grass. I was pretty impressed of how quickly it actually got up. I thought it might take a little bit more runway than that. It has really small wheels on it, so I wouldn't really recommend super thick grass. This is pretty rough, but it's kind of flattened out a little bit since we're going into fall now. Look at that. Man, that's kind of addicting. All right, guys, and that's our Dynam turbojet. You got to see it on a couple different batteries. We did do a little bit of grass ops here and there. So yeah, pretty good all around maiden flight if I do say so. And yeah, GensAce 2200 and a GensAce 3300. Great flight times on them for a 3-cell twin 64mm aircraft. Yeah, but don't forget, you can get yours at BobbyK.com, and then don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for all the greatest and latest notifications. And then also, while I have you here, don't forget to check out our Red Cat cars. We have a brand new Red Cat line coming to BobbyK Hobby, so you guys are really going to enjoy that if you're into surface. And yeah, stick around for more great videos. See ya.